Alright, gotta get close. So, I did a thing. She likes to pee, but you guys meet Angela. Say hi. Say hello. This is Angela. You're a little stinky though. Is that Angela upstairs? Huh? Is that Angela upstairs? Yeah. Auntie Winnie ain't trying to come and see Angela. Huh? You're not trying to come and see Angela. And you need some coconut oil, my girl. You can't be this ashy. Only one of us can be ashy. So, my hair isn't great. I'm gonna have to wrap it as I make my way on to go to school. It's a rough morning because all of this. I don't know if this is a headache or a migraine, but I don't feel the greatest. I was going to put on a light and then leave, but I'm afraid my tortoise might get out. She's active. She's active. You know, Angela, she got places that she needs to go, but I'm going to go to class for like an hour, then I'm going to come back. It's an hour and a half, but then I'm going to come back and now clamp her light on this makeshift enclosure I have on the floor. I don't know if she's sleeping or not, but she is. You can't see her, so let me see if I can see her. I forgot they told me at the pet shop that Angela's not a morning person. And you know what, Angie? Same girl, so I'm gonna just leave you alone. I'm actually gonna leave you alone. So, I was gonna show you guys quickly, but I can't do my girl dirty in the morning. Updates. I'm reading this book pretty much every time I get in the car, and I'm getting through it. Loving that for me. I don't think I'll get done before the end, before Sunday. It's possible. I'm just not sure. I feel like Tao, who's the main character, has experienced such a degree of prejudice because he's common, and such a degree of loss because of who he's lost and the manner in which they were lost, that I just feel like he's about to wreak hell on his enemies in such a expeditious manner. I feel that as we're just seeing him go through this, a set of trials and tribulations to have a role so that he can enact his revenge, I think that's only the start of it. I think Tao has had enough of these people in their shit and wants to bring the empire down by any means necessary. I feel like I just read the start of his villain arc. Okay? And to be honest, something's got to be torn down. Sometimes things got to be rearranged. Sometimes things have to be looked at in a way that the oppressors can recognize. Okay? Sometimes you reap what you sow. Yes. So that is where I'm at, which I know I didn't say a lot of things, but I don't want to ever spoil books for you guys. I want to try to talk about it as broadly as I can. Incoming spoiler, so you can skip past this part. The spoiler that I want to talk about is, I wonder if him and old girl might reconnect. I know she has talent. I know that she's now in a different, field than you, but I'm wondering if they're going to get back together. And I say that because we know that the queens in this place, we know that those queens don't marry. But it's just like, how are they having an heir? And I don't know if I missed that. I probably missed that. But I was like, okay, so how do they get an heir? Because it was just saying how they don't marry and that they protect their realm, whatever. But I'm just like, how? So anyway, I also feel like Jacoby's mom is unnecessarily ruthless. Why you gotta kill the boy at his daddy's funeral? What's going on in your mental? And that's one of the things that I have a problem with women in history. I think about Catherine de Medici in my mind. There's so many others, but you don't have to employ the same violence that men does to get your point across. And why is the type of violence that men employ the standard? So that's how I feel about that. Any other updates will come soon. It is now like technically day 2 of me being a tortoise mom. Yeah. And I don't think she likes being woken up. You guys, I've been really into the fro. Which has never happened to me, and I've been natural since 2011. I was loose natural from 2011 to 2016, and I had locks from 2016 to this year. And I was never feeling the fro until now, but which is like so crazy. I thought my fro was not cute, or I wasn't cute, but you know, last night I just had an epiphany, and I was like, girl, you are so cute with this fro. I also really love this brand. Blackoween, if you have hair like mine. Baskin lather. They have a curl pudding that I put on my hair. My hair feels really soft. I also use their edge control, which is really so good. And this is their like moisturizing spray, and I'm just like trying to spray hydrating mist. But yeah, she is not trying. She is not awake. And I get it. I'm 34% into this book, and I don't have much to say without spoiling it. But we did get introduced to a character who we saw earlier in the book again, and seeing her again really warmed my heart, and it made me think this is what the older black man meant when he told Tal, when you said, I'm willing to give everything up, spoken from a man who hasn't lived, or something like that. And I think seeing this character again, I think this is what that old man meant. So, yeah. So I'll see you guys in the next clip. So Angela is just going to get a little bit of this going on. I think she likes it, but I'm not sure. She is a tropical tortoise, so it can be hard to maintain anything tropical when you live in a northern state. But I've been able to keep a lot of my tropical plants alive for years. So I know a tortoise is different, but I also have lung issues like Angela. She's susceptible to that. So I made sure she has her own humidifier right next to her makeshift enclosure before we get her actual enclosure set up next week. Yeah, I think she's coming more. If you can see her head, she's coming more out. Look at her. She's so cute. She got her full neck out. I know that's right, my girl. She said, yeah. And then I'll give her a bath later, but this is how she looks. I think I want to do baths on Wednesdays every 2 weeks. And it's no soap. It's just water and just scrubbing her shell. Yeah. She does have some serious nails, you guys. Serious nails. Oop. Yeah. She's so pretty. She don't like for you to touch her head so far. You see her going back. I don't think she likes for me to touch her head. But when I rub her back, you see her neck extends. And I don't know if that's a sign that she likes it, but I don't want to hold her too much. I want her to be free. Live your life. I did put her on her water thing because I just feel like she's not drinking water. Anyway, like I said earlier, still listening. And I don't know. I could get very far, I think. This is a 522 page book, so I would love to be done with it before Sunday. I know that's right, Angela. Get into it. Oh my God, my Angela, you starting on them? You decided to get fully into the water? You do what you gotta do, my girl. Don't let nothing take you down. Sorry. You know, out here parenting. So we're gonna turn on her light. Oh, finally you pooped. And it's not good. So let me clean her first and then she can eat. I don't know if it's because the smell is still lingering. That little face had a bit of diarrhea. It felt like. Okay. All right, my girl. This is her plate. Can't really even see what's on the screen. This is her plate. It's egg, blueberry, and kale. It's my first time feeding her. And just want to see. She likes this. I don't think she wants to eat out of my hand. But I think you still got poop on you. And you do. I've seen you put your booty hole in, but pull it out a little bit. Just trying to see if she will eat any of this. Maybe she's a shy eater. And I think when I speak a little too loud, it scares her. So I'm gonna put, oop, I done spilled water in your thing, but I'm gonna put you in here. Yeah, I don't know if or when she will eat. But today is eating day. She's clearly is uninterested in that. She's probably like, where's my house? Do you know where my house is at? Yeah, we shall see. I'll let you guys know in a couple hours if she ate anything. You guys, I almost filmed any other way, but I like filming with the black and the thing up top. Just make sure you can see me. Oh, she's eating a blueberry. I have to film it. I'm gonna send it to my computer right away, just so I can make sure you guys see it. Because if I don't send stuff right away, it goes to the cloud, goes away, all kinds of stuff. I am working. I would love a nap. All of my clients have canceled on me. And I'm still reading Heaven's Winter. But I did want to tell you guys while I'm here, because I was about to turn the camera off. But while I'm here, I did want to tell you guys about, oh my God, this book is due in an hour. That is anti-black. because there is no way I'm going to finish this book in an hour. Yes, so I am trying to finish both books you see me talk about in the vlog before, which is Where the Dead Brides Gather. I'm 75% through. I think we're getting to an apex, but I did want to come in and like just say, I guess, how I feel. Hold on. I'm going to try to continue to use these mics, which I truly suck at doing. I'm not sure if she likes the eggs, but she ate quite a bit of that kale and the blueberries, and I think I'm gonna get her some more kale. And I'm confused because I'm holding this, but I'm talking to you guys while I get it together. I'm confused because the people at the pet store says, you know, you feed her Monday, Tuesdays, and Fridays. And adult Tortoise says you have to feed them every day, but online people are feeding them every day. So I'm gonna just call, because I'm like, am I starving my girl? She's trying to go somewhere. Where she's trying to go, I don't think any of us know for real. Let me charge this mic and I'll come back. Okay, I just went on a rant about how I hate re-recording, because that's one of the things of why I didn't want to use a mic, because you can think that you are recording. You can think that the mic is catching what you're saying, and then you find out, plot twist, that you just been talking. So the camera's working and your mouth is on mute. So I was talking about how much I hate that. And then I realized that my camera wasn't even recording. Huh? So anyway, here we are. Here we are. I wanted to talk to you guys about this book called Where the Dead Brides Gather. This is a new author. She is known as the Queen of African Horror, and I really wanted to read her book. And I do want to say something that's going to be adjacent having other folks in Black folks' business. And when I say Black folks' business, I mean diasporically. This is a really good book. I think the writing is good. I think the plot is good. Everything makes sense. It's a really interesting world to be in. It's also a really interesting concept to be like, hey, this is a child who has these powers and this talent. She goes where these dead brides are at, and she learns about them and then finds out about the brides who are here to wreak havoc. And I think it's really dope. The idea that there's a council of women who did some things that appointed themselves as making sure these brides have their happily ever after, or get put in a situation or place that ain't so great because they have lost their mind, right? My conundrum with this book, and I wouldn't even say conundrum with this book, it's something that I see diasporically that I feel is in, if it's not in every African community, it's in a lot of them. A lot of them. Way more than not, right? And I understand I'm about to make a sweeping generalization, as Cree says, but I do want you to hear me when I say this. It is hard for me to read books, and if you hear stuff, it's my daughter, Angela. She's busy. Yeah, she's trying to escape. I find it really hard to read literature about a child being abused in what appears to be mundane ways, but just really abusive, right? It's abusive. And I know a lot of people like to be like, oh no, this is not abusive, that is not abusive. No. This child is being abused. Not only is this child being abused by the spirits, this child is being abused by the spirits who she was told that she needed to protect other people from these brides. She is also being abused by the brides themselves. She is also being abused by her mother. She's also being abused by her stepmother. She's also being abused by her father. She's also being abused by the local witch man. There is no corner in which this child is safe. No corner in which this child is safe. And I'm 75% in. And honestly, it makes me don't want to finish the book. But I'm really interested to see how it ends. Maybe there's some redemption happening. But oftentimes, too often, do I feel that it's too common to think an everyday thing is not a form of abuse in Black communities around the world. Like, I don't want to get too deep into the book because I know I'll spoil it, but I will say, like, threatening your child that you will get rid of them and send them to someone who visibly scares them. Visibly is a person that makes them uncomfortable. But because if this child doesn't do what you want them to do, which is betray another adult who they love, you're going to send this child to be a young girl, actually, to be with an older man. That is what? How you're not thinking, man, that's really messed up. How you don't see your child's reaction and think, maybe I went too far. It's just threatening of things that it's abuse. I'm sorry, it's abuse. When my mother used to say, either you get it together or I'm gonna get you together, I never thought she meant, oh, we're gonna talk about it pleasantly. No, she's gonna beat my ass. That is abuse. Telling a child, I'm gonna go, you better chill out, or you're gonna go outside and pick your own switch. Throughout this book, this child is being put in abusive situations from people who call themselves her family. So it may not be that deep to you as a reader reading this book or other books that have this similar theme. It's hard for me to read this book, I will say, because I can handle, I would say, lower doses of, not lower doses. I can read a book and it has a little bit of, abuse against a child, and I might read it and I may not feel as visceral or as like unsettled as I do right now, right? I might read it and be like, whew, this is hard. And at the end of the book, the parent or the adult apologized. There was some kind of resolution, and that's what I'm hoping for in this book. But it doesn't seem like it's going that way. It's this child is hated in a vicious way. And all she is doing is, please, please, I wish people would be kind to me. Please, please, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. She's people pleasing so hard. When we talk about trauma, we talk about freeze, flight, fight, and fawn, and that's what this baby is doing. She is definitely people pleasing. And I don't know, you guys, it's just really hard to read this. And I know some of you guys are probably like, Bree, if it's that hard, DNF it, girl, it ain't that serious. And DNFing part, yeah, I get that. It ain't that serious is why we have an epidemic of abuse of children. Now, because of the abuse of this child is so persistent throughout the book, I give kudos to the author because this is horrifying. Like, me reading these things that are happening to this child, the things that the adults are making her do just to appease their own ego. There's no sexual violence, I will say, but it's other types of violence. I want to whoop these adults' ass. And I really hope that there is some type of redemption towards the end of the book. So for right now, I'm going to prioritize finishing this book before this vlog ends and I'm done filming on Saturday night, which is tomorrow, and then I'll catch you guys up with Rage of Dragons. But I need to know if we're gonna wrap it up.
if there's gonna be some kind of a resolution that I'm gonna be okay with. At first, I was super into this. I thought it was super dope. There was some moments of creepiness, and now the pace has picked up, which I really love that. The pace has picked up, and also the story and the plot has picked up. And I just really don't like I keep saying it over and over, but I really don't like the way the adults is treating this child. So I'm hoping that we get to a resolution, and I hope that I finish this book, because if I'm still in this head of this for another 10%, you might be like, damn, bro, you were 75% and you DNF'd. You better ask V. Schwab about me. No, I'm just kidding. But I will see you guys in the next clip as I continue to try to figure something out, right? I used the mic. I don't think I used it correctly. Let's just try, because it was given the same. Given same energy. Okay, hopefully you can hear me a little clearer. Maybe I could back up a bit. You guys, I'm 78%. I'm at a point where this child was tricked into doing something by an adult who everyone knows is malicious. Again, this is a child. And what happens is, how they punish this child is by telling her she can no longer go to school. Guys, I am very triggered. Like, what? I need time to process, because what? I'm sorry, y'all. My light is not that great, but what to do, we have to do. Normally I would want it. I also cut my hair again, just to make sure that it's even. So it is much shorter than it was before, which is okay. I wanted to talk to you guys. I'm gonna just do my review on Storygraph, but I just wanted to let you guys know I am 90% into The Rage of Dragons, and I hope to finish it today. But today it is 2:27 and I need to get this vlog out to you today. So what I will say is, so far I am enjoying the writing and the world. I think I'm really intrigued of these demons. I'm also intrigued how if you go there, you only it only does things to your mind and not to your body. So you can die in this world, but you're not dying for real. You come back somehow. I will say that Tao, who was the main character that we're following the whole time, I'm not really a fan of his consistent lust for justice. And I'm not saying that if somebody murdered somebody I care about, I wouldn't be on this same type of time. I'm not saying that depending on my anger and where I'm at, that I wouldn't be capable of this. That's what I'm saying. I would be capable of it. But I think his lust for justice is really getting in the way and making him reckless, and he is harming so many people around him, and that makes him an unlikely character for me. At the beginning, I enjoyed him, and the beginning of his villain arc, I was with him. But to say that I'm at 90% and this is all we're getting, and that also at 90%, someone just died, and that kind of softened him a little bit. I don't know. It's so much manly man, it's so much toxic masculinity in this book. It's so much patriarchy that makes me a little uncomfortable, but not uncomfortable in the point that I don't want to see what book 2 is and that I don't want to finish reading this book. I do want to finish reading this book, but I think I'm going to hold off to read book 2 until book 3 comes out. There's just some things that I would love to be resolved. I also would love Tao and another character who he hates to have a mature conversation and try to figure out what really happened, who was really behind the death of the person that he loved. And now that he's experienced a second death of someone that I didn't even really know he cared about until they died, and now we're just, figuring things out while they're trying to protect the queen. So that's where I'm at so far without spoiling it. And I hope that this is, I don't even know what to rate it. It's rare where a book is good, not so good, fantastic, all at the same time, because it could be anywhere between a 2 and a 5, and I have no idea. I'm gonna keep thinking. I think the ending will get me more clarity, but that is all I have to say about this book, Rage of Dragons, and I will see you guys in the next vlog. Bye. And maybe I'll be a little bit, I'll cut stuff off on Saturday so I can just be done. But you know, that's not how life works.